So we'll take a moment and settle in a comfortable seated position. Especially for those of you that are new, I just saw 2 people pop in today. Remember that when you're practicing with me and when you're practicing with anyone, you listen to your body first. So your body is your ultimate teacher. And whether it's a form of pranayama breathing or if it's a posture that we're practicing, whatever I recommend is the general idea where we're trying to go. Please do not try and twist yourself into any position that is not comfortable for your body. So we'll take a moment and just settle in. Arrive in the now, arrive in the present moment. If you need any kind of support underneath your upper thighs, feel free to get either blocks, or we can always improvise with a couple of throw pillows. Take a moment to lengthen your spine. If you have this imaginary string pulling the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Let your shoulders relax away from your ears. And if you're comfortable, I encourage you to close your eyes. If you prefer not to, you can just keep a soft gaze towards the floor. As you lengthen your spine and feel the crown of your head pull up towards the sky, check in with the back of your neck. So perhaps you need to tilt your chin slightly down to feel the back of the neck long. Take a few breaths and feel yourself settle, arriving on the mat in this present moment. Feel your natural breath coming in and out of the body, breathing completely naturally. If you can, you're breathing in and out through the nose. And if that is not comfortable for you, then just adjust. Breathe in any way that feels good, feels comfortable in this moment. For the next few breaths, send the energy just a little bit deeper. So breathing in towards the belly, feeling the natural expansion in the belly as you breathe in. And just observe the natural contraction in the body as you breathe out. Remember to lengthen the spine as you breathe in, getting taller. Expansion in the belly, rib cage, perhaps collarbones. Exhaling fully and completely, like you're letting all the air out of the tire. There should be an ounce of air left on the inside as you breathe out. Take 3 more breaths, conscious. Feeling into the body, following the breath as it comes in. Noticing where it's landing in your body. Remember to keep the shoulders soft and away from your ears. The end of your next exhale, we're going to do a simple little visual meditation together. So this is called a spotlight meditation. So I'm going to encourage you wherever you are to find something, an item, that doesn't move, that is in front of you. It could literally be something that's on your couch, a picture on the wall, a pen on a table, anything at all. It could be a spot on the wall or on the floor, almost like your drishti point. But what I'm going to encourage you to do is really narrow your focus. And for the next few breaths, we'll be here for about 10 breaths. Focus in very narrowly on that object. So all you are seeing is that object, nothing around it. And then I'll lead you through the second part right after. So narrow your focus to that item alone. And once you're there, come back to your breath, breathing fully and completely. Natural expansion and contraction. If the mind or the gaze wanders, just bring yourself back kindly, gently. About another 4 breaths here. At the end of your next breath, keep that item in your focus, and like a camera would go into a wide angle lens, I am encouraging you to widen the scope of what you are bringing into your sight. So you're still looking at that item, but all of a sudden I want you to widen your focus and start to see a few things around that item, behind, in front, to the sides. It doesn't matter. We took that narrow lens and we're switching it to a wide angle view here. So take another few breaths. See how much you can take in around that item. There's no wrong way of doing this. So relaxing the shoulders, coming back to your breath. And let's be here for another 5 or 6 breaths together. At the end of the next full exhale, you can release the practice, close your eyes for a moment. Notice if in your mind's eye, just we're being curious here, notice if in your mind's eye you can still see the item or some of the items, the things around it. If the answer is yes or no, again, there's no right answer, we're just observing. And then you may keep your eyes closed for our first pranayama or breathing practice that we're going to practice together today. You can also open your eyes and keep a soft gaze towards the floor. We're going to practice what's called a square breath. So what we'll do is we'll inhale, and I encourage you to do this at your own pace. So we're inhaling for a count of 3 or 4. See what works in your body. We're holding at the top for 3 or 4, so you're holding for the same amount of time. Exhale for 3 or 4, and then make your way back. Hold, empty. So after you exhale, hold. Don't inhale for a count of 3 or 4. So I'm going to do this first one, and I'm going to exaggerate the breath so that you can hear or follow with me, and then you can go at your own pace. Remember to alter the length of the breath to your own breath. I'll probably do a 4-4 breath. So we inhale. 2. Keep inhaling. 3. 4. Hold, retain the breath. 3. 4. Exhale. 3. 4. Stay empty, don't inhale. 3. 4. And come back. Inhale. So start at your own pace. Inhaling for 3 or 4. Holding, retaining the breath. Make sure this is comfortable in your body for 3 or 4. Exhaling. 3 or 4. Staying empty for 3 or 4. And starting that all over again. Just we'll do 4 or 5 cycles just like that. Do one more cycle, and when you're finished on the exhale, stay empty for a count of 3 or 4. Just flutter the eyes open. We'll meet with our hands on our knees, looking forward, lengthening the spine once again, relaxing the shoulders. As we inhale, let's bring both arms up towards the sky. Interlace the fingers, reach for the sky on your next breath in. As you exhale, go over to your right. Please make sure that your left sit bone stays grounded into the earth. On your next inhale, come back into the center. Gentle side stretch over to your left. Make that right arm a little bit longer here. One more time. Inhaling center, reaching up high. Exhaling over to your right. Inhaling back to center. Make sure the weight in your hips stays even. Over towards your left. Good. Reach the arms up high. Inhale. As you exhale, turn towards your right, spinal rotation. Both shoulders look towards the right side. Place your left hand on your knee, other arm goes behind you. Take 3 breaths here. Inhaling length in the spine. As you exhale, as much of a spinal rotation, move slowly, turning your shoulders towards your right. Remember to get taller with every breath in, lengthen, before you do any additional rotation. And remember to listen to your body. So if your body says, I'm not rotating anymore, please listen, stay, and stay with your breath. On your next inhale, slowly come back to center. Bring both arms up, reach, lengthen both sides of your rib cage. And as you exhale, you look towards your left. Right hand makes its way onto your knee or your lap, other arm goes behind you. Relax your shoulders, breathe in and lengthen. As you exhale, both shoulders are rotating towards your left. Remember that it is not important where your gaze is, because the cervical spine, the neck is very flexible. So you might be looking all the way to the back. What is important is where your shoulders are rotating and looking towards. Take another big breath, lengthen. Exhale, any more space to be found. We're just inquisitive here. Don't force, don't press, don't go to pain. Inhale back in towards the center. Hands down the center to the heart. And then hands can come back down towards the knees. Let's do a little seated cat and cow. As we inhale, we lift the heart, lift your rib cage, look up if it feels good. As you exhale, permission to round, chin to chest. Let the navel press in towards your spine, let the shoulders fall forward. As we inhale, get nice and tall, lift the rib cage, inhale. As you exhale, let it go. We can do a couple of letting go breaths here. So inhaling through the nose if you're comfortable. Little back extension here. As you round, let it go through the mouth. And one more, remembering to relax your shoulders as you breathe in. And exhaling through the mouth, letting go completely, surrendering. Good. Let's make our way slowly onto our back for a couple of stretches before we come to standing. So very slowly, Barney, go onto your mat. There we go. Sit down like a mat. And we'll make our way onto our backs, hugging our knees in. We'll start with the knees hugged in tight. Place your right foot on the floor, leave your right knee bent, and just hold behind your left thigh. Press your foot up towards the ceiling, like you want to step on the ceiling with your left foot. Don't worry about whether your leg is above your hip or not. Just point and flex your foot a couple times. Flexing, pushing the heel up towards the ceiling, toes then point towards the ceiling. Take a couple breaths here. Notice if on your exhale you can invite that left thigh to come a little closer towards your torso. Again, we never go to pinching or pain, just looking for how much space there is to be had. Good. Keep your left foot pointed towards the ceiling. Bring your arms down to the floor. Palms are down next to you. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Your left foot is still pressing towards the ceiling. Right foot is on the floor, knees bent. Inhale, press your heel up towards the ceiling, and as you exhale, send that left leg away from you towards the end of your mat and engage your core as the leg comes down towards the floor, not touching, hovering, and then slowly bring the leg all the way back up with an inhale. If you ever need a cue because you're new and you'd like to get a visual cue, try not to look at your screens while you're practicing, you can hurt your neck. Take a moment, take a big breath in, come back, look, and then come back to your practice. Exhale one more time. We're trying to engage the core as the leg goes away from us. Good. Bring the left leg back in, plant your left foot onto the floor, left knee is bent, and then hold behind the right thigh. We're just going to lengthen the back of the right leg here, and then point your toes in towards your face and up towards the ceiling. Good. Couple more, feeling the back of your leg, your hamstring. Make sure again that the left knee is bent. It keeps your sacrum, your lower back safe. Good. Release the hold behind your right thigh. Bring your hands to the floor. Palms are down for grounding. You want to keep your scapulas, your shoulder blades flat, shoulders away from your ears. Take an inhale, point your toes in towards your face. As you exhale, send that leg away from you, trying not to bend the knee. Exhale fully and completely, navel to spine. As you inhale, bring the leg back. A gentle reminder that your leg does not have to go all the way down towards the floor. So if you feel your back lifting at all or any tension in the back, just don't go quite as deep. You can bring your leg down to 45 degrees if that's where your back kicks in. So be wary, be body conscious. You don't want to be working your core at the expense of your back. One more. As you inhale, you bring your leg back, and as you exhale, flex the foot and send the leg away from you. Navel to spine, full exhale. Good. Bring the right foot back down to the floor, both feet on the floor. Keep the feet hip width apart, and bring the feet as close to your glutes as you can. Send your fingers towards your heels. So I want your shoulders away from your ears. Palms are down into the earth. We're going to come back to a form of breathing that will calm the nervous system before we come to standing. So as we inhale, press your palms into the earth and very slowly lift your hips up towards the sky and count. 1, 2. See how long it takes you to come up as high as you can. 4, maybe it's 5. And then as you come down, slowly coming back from bridge pose, I want you to come down for 1 count longer. So we're making that exhale just a little bit longer than the inhale. Once again, as you press into your feet, count how long it takes you to lift your hips up as high as you can. This is bridge pose. Feel the whole front of your body expand. Nice stretch in the quads. Push through the whole foot. And as you come down, make that exhale, make that descent 1 count longer. So you're taking your time. Spine coming down 1 vertebrae at a time. And let's do 1 more. Remember to relax your shoulders, your fingers are reaching towards your heels, lifting the hips as high as you can, engaging your glutes at the top, and exhaling, coming down nice and slowly. When we land back down on the floor, take your right leg and cross the knee over the left knee. So your knees are stacked on top of one another. Bring your palms about 45 degrees away from you. So palms are still down, but a little bit away from the body. Press into the left foot, lift your hips off the floor, and just drop your hips back down to the right of the mat. So you just moved your hips over a little bit to the right, and then let both knees fall towards your left. This is a lower body twist, so I'm going to encourage you to notice both shoulder blades here. Make sure your right shoulder blade hasn't lifted. Your upper body is flat. Both knees fall towards the left. Don't worry about whether they're touching the floor. Your gaze can look towards the right here, if that's comfortable for you. If not, feel free to just keep your gaze towards the ceiling. Take a few breaths in this spinal twist. Notice where your breath is landing in your body as you're in a twist. We like to take the opportunity of being in a twist to ask ourselves, just like when you're wringing out a sponge, what is it that we don't need to carry that we can let go of in this moment? And perhaps when we come off the mat, is there something that we're carrying that we don't have control over, that is of no benefit to us or to anyone else? And then if we could let go of that, Could just be a habit, a thought that we would be better off. Slowly bring yourself back in towards the center. Uncross the legs. Plant both feet on the floor. Remember to realign your spine because you moved your hips over to the right. Take a moment to realign. This time you'll take your left knee, cross it over the right knee. Both knees are stacked upon one another. We're going to lift our hips up just a little bit and then drop them over to the left side of your mat. So you're just moving your hips over an inch or two. Slowly allow your both knees, right knee. Allow both knees to fall towards the right. Please check in and make sure that both shoulder blades are still flat on the floor. Your gaze can be towards the ceiling or towards the left. And simply allowing both knees to fall wherever they may, not forcing or pressing them in towards the floor. Feeling that twist in the hip, perhaps in your glute, and perhaps you're feeling the twist above your hip as well. A large muscle called the QL in there, between your hip bone and your rib cage. A lot of people feel a nice twist, a nice spaciousness in that area. Take another breath. Notice where your breath is landing. You're letting go on the exhale. And when you're ready, bring yourself back in towards the center. Good. Realign the spine. Bring both knees in close to your chest. You can roll side to side. Slowly bring the feet down towards the floor. At your own pace, we'll do a little windshield wiper where we drop the knees to the right on the exhale. Every inhale brings your knees back into center, and the exhale drops them to the other side. Little gentle windshield wiper. Do this at your own pace, perhaps one or two more to each side. The next time that you find your knees going towards the right side, just follow them with the rest of your body and roll onto all fours. So you land on hands and knees. Good. Make sure that your knees are right underneath your hip bones. A couple of new people, not wide like we think our hips are, but right underneath these hip bones. That's where you want your knees placed. Your hands, your wrist, directly underneath your shoulders and lengthen your spine. Make sure that you're not letting your head be heavy and pulled down. Keep your head and your neck in line with the rest of your spine. Your toes can be curled underneath into the mat, or they can be flat on the floor, whatever is comfortable for the first posture. We'll start with a few cat and cows as we inhale. Look forward, smile. As you exhale, chin to chest, press into both hands, navel to spine, round your back up towards the ceiling. A few more just like that. Relax your shoulders as you breathe in. How good does this feel in your body? Couple more, inhaling. Shoulders relax. Breathe in fully and completely. As you exhale, press your hands into the floor and exhale fully and completely again until there's not an ounce of air left in the belly. Good. One more. And exhale. When you want to get out of your own mind, one of the tips is to get into the body so we feel the sensation in our bodies. Stay with the feeling in your body, the breath. Walk your hands one palm length further than they would be underneath your shoulders. As you inhale, come forward into modified plank. Please make sure you don't let your hips dip too much. You don't want to feel any crunching in your lower back. Slowly keep your elbows glued to you. Press into both hands as you make your way down. Chin, chest, belly. Almost like a very slow push-up. Curl your toes underneath you and press back child's pose. You're pushing into your hands. Sit the hips towards the back of the mat. Don't worry about whether your hips go all the way back to your heels. It doesn't matter. We'll do that slowly one more time and then we'll flow. So we're coming forward. Feel yourself in modified plank. Your shoulders should be directly above your wrists. Engage your core, make sure your back, the integrity of your back is long. As you exhale, keep your elbows glued to you. Your elbows should be pointing towards your knees right now. Make your way down, chin, chest, belly, if your belly could land last. And then press your hands into the mat. We push back into child's pose. As you sit back, press into the mat with both hands. Feel length on both sides of your ribcage. And then let's do 3 or 4 of these as we flow, 1 breath, 1 movement. We inhale into modified plank. As you exhale, make your way down to the floor slowly, full exhale. Inhale, press into the mat, and slowly exhale, fully and completely child's pose. Do this at the pace of your own breath. As you inhale, modified plank. As you exhale, you make your way down slowly, elbows glued to you. With your inhale, you push back and stay in your child's pose for the full exhale. Let's all do 2 more together. Inhaling forward, making your way down on your exhale. Pressing into your hands, inhaling. Exhaling fully and completely. The last one. Sit back in your child's pose. Let the tops of your feet come into the floor. Reach your arms forward. And I'm going to encourage you to come onto your fingertips. So take your elbows off the floor, almost like your hands are spiders, or as if you had a softball in the palm of your hand. Fingertips are on the floor. Walk your fingertips as far as they can go. Feel the energy in both sides of your ribcage. Breathe. Notice where you feel the expansion the most in this posture. Reminding ourselves there isn't a right answer. So stay with the sensation in your body. Take another full breath in and out. Bring your hands back under your shoulders. Meet on all 4s here. Take your right leg to the back of the mat. Engage your core and keep the gaze down. Let's flex that right foot. Most of us are open, externally rotating in the hips. So make sure that your toes, your right toes, your knee is looking down towards the mat. Good. Take your left arm out. This is sunbird. You pressing into your right hand. That's your foundation. Have your left toes curled into the mat. This will help you. If you wish to stay here, stay here. If you wish to flow with us, we're going to lengthen arm and leg. As we exhale, we bring the elbow and the knee underneath us, rounding, chin to chest. As I inhale, left arm goes forward, right leg presses back. Exhale, around, bring the knee and the elbow under, bringing fire to the belly here. Let's do a couple more. Inhale, you're lengthening. Exhaling, you're rounding, core. 2 more. Actively reach your left arm forward. Press your right heel back. Coming in and rounding. Last one. Inhaling forward. Exhaling rounding. Good. Let's meet back on all 4s. Curl your toes underneath you. Come to downward facing dog. Lift the hips up high. Let the head be heavy here. Okay, take a couple of breaths here. Nod yes and no. Release any tension in the neck. Good. We're going to mimic the same movement we did a moment ago, but we'll do it from downward facing dog. So the right leg is coming up towards the sky on an inhale. As you exhale, bring your weight forward, plank pose, knee to chest, and hold. As you inhale, bring yourself back, 3-legged dog. Push your right heel into the ceiling. Come forward, plank pose, knee to chest, keep the gaze down. Let's do 3 more. Inhaling, press your heel up towards the ceiling. Exhale, knee to chest, full exhale, navel to spine breathing. 2 more. Flex the foot up. With your exhale, flow forward, knee to chest. Last one, inhaling forward. Exhaling, bring your knee in towards your chest. And let's drop the lower knee onto the floor, lower leg, right lower leg. Send your left leg to the back of the mat. This is called pigeon pose. And we're going to just come into a restorative pigeon here. So bring your forehead down either to the mat, or please make a fist out of both of your hands. I just don't want your forehead hanging in midair. You're allowing your body weight to fall to the right of the mat so that you're feeling a right hip stretch. Your left foot presses towards the back of the mat as far as it'll go. Take a few breaths here. In every posture, we want to combine effort and ease in our practice. So you're getting a kind of a soft, restorative, passive stretch in the hip as we sit here. Notice where you might be holding on to tension. So can you release tension in the shoulders? We ask ourselves questions in yoga so that we find hidden tensions in our body when we're not aware. Notice the tension around your eyes, the facial muscles. Notice if you're holding tension in your fingers, your hands. And when you observe and when you're aware, you use the power of your intention, soften, release. With your exhale, let go. If at any point these stretches, these postures are too much for your body, if you're new, please come out of them. At this point, we'll curl the back foot underneath us, your left toes. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Take your heart, your chest off the floor, and just find your way back, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up high. Come forward, plank pose. Hold for 3 breaths. Press your heels to the back of the mat. Make sure you're not on your toes, but on the balls of your feet. Keep your gaze down. Take another full breath, and we're just going to land on all fours. Drop the knees slowly towards the floor. Knees are hip width apart. And welcome to the second side. We're going to take the left leg to the back of the mat. Your right toes are curled underneath you. Everyone check in with that right hip. Notice if it's jutting over to the right. So center yourself. This takes core. When you're ready, your right arm reaches forward, and this is sunbird. You want to find length in the left side of your body by pressing your left heel away from you. Right arm, separate your fingers, reach actively forward. Take an inhale. If you wish to stay here, you can. As you're exhaling, knee and elbow come underneath. Let's do 4 more. Inhaling length. Exhaling, coming in. Please remember that you can always just hold your sunbird. Exhaling. Making sure your left hand is directly under your shoulder for support. Inhaling length and exhaling rounding. When you're done, bring the hand and the knee back down towards the floor. Curl the toes underneath you and downward facing dog. Take 1 big letting go breath in down dog. Press into all 10 fingers. Push your heels to the back of the room. On your next inhale, take the left leg up towards the sky, 3-legged dog. As you exhale, knee to chest, bring yourself forward, hover. And we'll do 4 more. Inhaling. Left leg comes up towards the sky. Exhale, bring it forward. Full core engagement here. 3 more. Work at your own pace. And if you only wish to do 1 more, just stop and meet on all fours. Last one. Let your head be heavy in your downward dog. As you bring your knee forward, drop the lower leg onto the floor. We're coming into pigeon pose. Left knee forward, right leg presses towards the back of the room. And then we let the whole upper body melt down towards the floor. Your forehead is either touching the mat or you're making a fist out of your hands. Please make sure your forehead is supported. Come back to the sensation in the body. Where are you feeling the twist? Where are you feeling the stretch? Can you go any deeper? Do you need to apply a little more weight to the left side of your hip? Get a little bit juicier. Have you gone too far? Do you need to come out of it and shift your weight to the right? Are you holding on to tension in this moment in your shoulders, your face, your jaw? Are we gritting our teeth? Muscles around the eyes, tiny little muscles where we hold a lot of stress. Take another couple of breaths, feel yourself settle. Perhaps feel the expansion in the rib cage, even in the back body as you breathe. Feel yourself get a little heavier and settling into the mat here. After the next full breath, curl the right toes into the mat. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Lift the heart off the floor. Curl the back toes again and come back to downward facing dog. Let's look towards our fingertips and walk or jump your feet towards the front of the mat. You'll find yourself in a forward fold. Let it all go. Stay for another 2 breaths. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Nose towards the knees. Head is heavy. Back of the neck long. Another big breath. Feel your shoulders just letting go. Good. Very slowly, we're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Come to standing. Please move slowly. The head comes up last. Take a moment to find yourself in mountain pose. Feet directly underneath your hips. Fingers pulling into the earth. Let your shoulders melt away from your ears. And then a gentle reminder, you want to open the front of your body. So if it helps, do a couple of shoulder rolls. And if not, just find a gentle, subtle squeeze in the shoulder blades so you feel your collarbone spreading wide. Take a breath and fill yourself up to the crown of your head on the inhale. And as you exhale, follow the energy down and strengthen the core, the legs, pressing through both feet at the end of your exhale. One more conscious breath like that, filling ourselves up to the crown of the head on the inhale. And as we exhale, feel that energy going through the heart, core, legs, down to your feet. Good. Hopefully we find ourselves at the front of the mat. If not, make your way to the front of the mat in our mountain pose. As we inhale, reach both arms up high. And as we exhale, fold. Use your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, half lift. Exhale down. Root to rise. Push into your feet. Circle the arms up. Exhale down the center to the heart. Back to mountain pose. One more time. Half sun salutation. Inhale, lift. Let go on your exhale. Fold. Inhale, half lift. Flat back. Exhale, let it go. Palms to the floor, plank pose. Send both legs back into plank pose. Inhale in your plank, exhale, downward dog. Lift your hips up high. Let your head be nice and heavy here. Press one heel back and then the other. Walking the dog, you bend one knee, you press the opposing heel back. Meet in downward facing dog. You're pressing both heels to the back of the room. It doesn't matter where they are or touching the floor. It's not important. Let your head be super heavy here. On the next inhale, please take your right leg up towards the sky. Bring your right foot in between your hands. Even if you start in the middle, pull your right foot forward. High lunge, everybody. Stay on the balls of your back feet. If you'd like to grab your blocks, you can. Relax your shoulders. High lunge. Good. From here, plant your back heel into the floor. Toes pointed away from the center, warrior one posture. Take your time, come on up. If this is your first time joining us, please make sure that your knee, right knee, is above your right ankle. Back foot, toes point away from the center, and your feet are hip width apart. Take a moment to reach up high on the inhale. As you exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, open the heart one more time. Exhale, reach your heart forward. Legs stay active, flat back, just looking down here. We have not straightened the front leg. Knee is still bent. Press into that back leg for support. Core strength here. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. You're just looking straight down at your right foot. One more breath. As we inhale, just come all the way back up. Warrior one. As we exhale, bring your hands back to your hips. Open the heart. This time, pyramid legs. We straighten the front leg. Come forward again. And this time, let your hands come down your right leg or to the floor. Let your whole upper body melt towards your right leg. Both legs are straight here. And if we can't bring both legs to be straight, please bring your back foot in a little. You can just make that triangle or the space between the front and back leg smaller. Relax your shoulders, let the head be heavy. You're letting your whole upper body melt down towards that extended right leg. And you're pressing into both legs for stability. As we inhale, bend into your right leg and bring the arms all the way back up again. Inhale. Good. As you exhale, drop the arms behind you. Inhale, one big breath. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, humble warrior. Again, your front leg is active. Knee above your ankle. Let it go. Your weight is falling to the inside of that right knee. Press into the back leg for support. Press your arms towards the ceiling. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Head is heavy. One more breath here. As we inhale, come back to warrior one. As we exhale, both palms come to the floor. Frame your right foot. Take your right leg back. Downward facing dog. On the next inhale, come forward, plank pose. As you exhale, make your way down towards the floor. If you'd like, you can dip the knees like we did earlier. Keep your elbows glued. Make your way down flat. Hands next to you, onto your fingertips. As we inhale, baby cobra. Keep your gaze down. Press into your feet and use the upper back muscles to lift. As you exhale, you come back down. Two more, please. As you inhale, lift, keep the gaze down. Back of the neck is long. Exhale, make your way down. Last breath in, peeling the heart off the floor, keeping the gaze down. Exhale as we make our way down. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Curl your toes underneath you. Downward dog. Let the head be heavier. Press your heels to the back of the room again. Just let your hips play this time. Let your hips fall to one side. Knees go to the opposite side. Back into the center. Just let your hips fall side to side. Again, just feeling juicy. Let your head be heavy. We meet in downward dog. Press into all 10 fingers for support. When you're ready, left leg comes up towards the sky and bring that left foot to the front of the mat. We meet in high lunge. Right now your feet are mat width apart. You're on the ball of the back foot. Look slightly forward. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. Make sure your left knee is right above your left ankle, please. And press that back heel to the back of the mat. Feel the length in the back leg here. From this high lunge, let your right heel plant into the earth. Your right toes will point away towards the right. Engage your core, meet back, and warrior one. Reach your arms up high. Okay, we're pressing into the back foot, into the outer part of the back leg for support. As we inhale, lengthen both sides of the rib cage, reach up high. As you exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, open the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, this is core strength, reach forward. Leave the left knee above the ankle. Relax your shoulders, bring your gaze down. Take another few breaths here. One more breath. Use your core, come back up, warrior one. As you exhale, hands to your hips again. Your next inhale opens the heart again, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, straighten the front leg, pyramid legs, bring your heart forward, gaze down. And slowly allow your hands to come towards the floor. Your hands can just go down your left leg. You might stop with your hands at the knees, at the shin, at the ankle. You may bring your hands to the floor. Just let your whole head be heavy. Both legs are straight. Again, notice where you're holding on to tension where you don't need to. Can you soften your shoulders even in this pose? Let the head be heavy. Both legs are straight. You can always bring your back leg in a little. Let your whole upper body melt towards that left extended leg. One more breath. As we inhale, we bend into the left leg. Make your way back. Warrior one. And as we exhale, we bring the arms back behind us, interlace the fingers. Front leg stays active for this posture. Inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, humble warrior, reach forward. Front knee stays bent. Let your whole upper body melt to the inside of the left leg this time. Press your hands towards the back of the room and up towards the ceiling. You're actively squeezing your shoulder blades together. Let the head be heavy. Push into the back leg for support. One more breath here. On the next inhale, core is engaged. Lift yourself back up. Reach. And as you exhale, frame your left foot and take your left leg back to downward facing dog. On the next inhale, forward plank pose. Slow down to the floor. You can drop your knees or not. Chin, chest, belly, all the way down. Place your hands underneath your cheek and just rest. Look towards one side. The body is prone. You're breathing into your belly here. Relax your shoulders. Take a few breaths. Combining effort and ease in our practice. Turn your head to look to the opposite direction. Give your neck a chance to stretch. Bring your attention back to your breath and feel the belly expand into the mat as you breathe in. And see if you can breathe out fully and completely, almost making a tunnel underneath of the navel. Just feel the expansion into the earth as you breathe in. One more breath. Let's bring our hands back underneath our shoulders, curl our toes underneath us, find our downward dog one more time. Lift your hips up high. This time look towards your fingertips again. Jump or walk your feet forward. We're gonna just take one letting go breath here. Inhale, let the head be heavy. Exhale through your mouth. Fold, melt. Press through the strong legs, circle your arms, come all the way back up. Inhale, reach, and hands to the heart. Find yourself in mountain pose again. Okay, take a few moments here. Feel yourself settling into the mat. Feel the weight of your body in both feet. We're preparing to do a balanced posture, so take a moment and feel the weight evenly distributed in the right and the left foot. Open your heart just a little bit. Find your mountain pose. Feel solid. Feel like your foundation is nice and firm, solid, pressing through both feet. All four corners of the foot. Good. Take a moment, bring your hands to your heart. Engage your core. We're going to press through that left foot. If you'd like to try my little trick, separate the toes on your left foot. Make the foundation of that left foot a little wider. Okay? And then prepare to take the right foot off the floor. Notice how most of the time when we take the right foot off the floor, you tend to lean towards your left. So center yourself again. Bring your center of gravity back into the center. Take another inhale. Find a drishti point or a focus point as we first did when we sat down to the mat. Keep your focus on your drishti point. When you're ready, take your right foot, cross it over your left knee. Big number 4 here. Take an inhale before we sit into a seated pigeon pose. As you exhale, let your hips go towards the back of the room. Keep your focus on your drishti point. Relax your shoulders and engage your core. Stay for as long as you can. If you need to touch down, just meet us back in our standing pigeon pose. Soften your shoulders, make sure you're still breathing. Open your heart so you're not rounded and looking down at the floor. Look a few feet in front of you so the back is still long. Full navel to spine breathing. Active core muscles here. One more breath. And when you're ready, bring your leg back up and down onto the floor. Good. Let it go here. Allow the body to move a little bit. And find your mountain pose again. Going to do the other side. If you'd like to, separate the toes on the right foot. That's your foundational foot. Relax your shoulders. Now engage the core. Prepare yourself to take the left foot up and off the floor, flexing the foot that's up in the air. Find your drishti point, some immovable object that you can stare at. This helps to keep our focus, and your eyes help you tremendously with balance. So keep the focus on that object. Engage your core. Lift your heart. Get nice and tall. When you're ready, take your left foot, cross it over the right knee. Big number 4. We take an inhale before we sit our hips to the back of the room. So sit back on your exhale. Remember to keep those shoulders open, trying to keep the front of the body open. Breathe. Keep that left foot flexed. Ask ourselves if we can sit back just a little bit more. Challenge ourselves. Never to a point of pain or pinching. Let's take another couple of breaths. Stay with your drishti point. One side is often different from the other. Whenever you're ready, take the left leg back up and then place it on the floor. Good. Come to straddle your mat wide, please. Feet are forward. Bring your arms out to the side. Take your right heel towards the right of the mat. Look towards your right fingertips. Open your heart. Engage your core. Make sure your spine is lifted. As we inhale, we lengthen both arms. As we exhale, extended angle, right elbow to your knee, left arm either towards the ceiling or bicep comes to your ear and your arm reaches towards the front of the mat. Wherever you are, rotate your shoulders slightly. Hold for another couple of breaths. I'm just going to open the leg here. Wherever you are, rotate that left shoulder up towards the ceiling so that your heart spins towards the ceiling. Back leg strong for support and balance. One more breath here. Engage your core. Come back to warrior 2. As you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, drop your back hand onto your leg. This time your right arm comes up. Front leg is still very active. Make sure that your right knee is not caving in towards the center of the mat. Use your adductors, your inner thigh muscles to open that right knee. One more breath. Reach the right arm up towards the sky. And come back to warrior 2. Take a moment in your warrior. Feel yourself nice and strong. Extend your arms, separate your fingers. Feel the energy in the webbing of your hands. Relax your shoulders. Bring your hands to your hips and square off the toes. Good. Let's take a moment for a little side stretch on both sides before we do the other side. Bring all of your weight onto your right knee. Have your left toes point up. And bring all of your weight onto the opposite knee. This time your right toes point up. Relax your shoulders. One more time, inhaling, breathing, and coming all the way back. Good. Now let's come back, making sure that all 10 toes are pointed forwards, lifting our arms up, keeping our shoulders right above our hips, just lengthening. This time, your left toes point towards the left. Look towards your left arm, open your heart. Squeeze your shoulder blades slightly in towards each other. Inhale, lengthens both arms. As we exhale, left elbow down to the knee, right arm reaches forward. If this is not accessible to you, reach your right arm towards the ceiling. If that's not accessible, bring your right hand to your hip. Lots of options. Wherever you are, roll that upper shoulder back so that you're looking towards the ceiling. Do what feels good in your body. Bottom hand is active. Your palm is facing the ceiling, fingers spread wide. One more breath. Engage your core to find warrior two again. Again, make sure that your left knee is not caving in. Use that adductor, inner thigh muscle, open the knee towards your third toe. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, drop the back arm onto your leg. Left arm comes up, reverse warrior. Could you relax that back shoulder a little more so that the right fingers come down your leg? Reach the left arm up just a little bit more. Breathe into the left side of your rib cage. Looking up towards your hand or keeping your gaze wherever's comfortable. One more breath. Please come back to warrior two. Feel the strong foundation of warrior two again. Press through both feet, all four corners of your feet. Feel your calves engage, your upper thighs. Feel your core strong. Your gaze focus past your left fingertips. Crown of the head pulling up towards the sky. One more breath. Good. Bring yourself back. Hands to the hips. Square off the toes. All right. One more pyramid pose on both sides. We'll make our way down to the floor. Right toes point towards the front of the mat. And take your back toes and curl them also as much as you need to towards the front of the mat. This is another place where you may need to bring your legs a little closer to one another. So your hips are making their way towards the front of the mat. You're looking towards your right foot. Slowly bring your hands down your right leg. You're welcome to use blocks here if you need. Stop wherever you feel you need it. You're trying to keep both legs straight and let your upper body melt. Take another few breaths here. See if you can feel the ease in the posture. So your legs are straight, working hard. If you need to, remember bringing closer to one another. Just relax your head, let the weight go. Shoulders, facial muscles. Make your breathing a little softer here. Looking for the ease in every posture. With your next breath in, bend into the front leg. Come all the way back up. Bring your hands to your hips and just square off the right toes. You'll find yourself where we started. Back foot squares off as well. Left toes point towards the left side of the mat and bring your right toes in with you. Your hips rotate towards your left leg. Straighten that left leg. Reach your heart forward. Slowly bring your gaze down. Your hands come down the leg. Remember that you don't have to make it all the way down to the floor. You could stop at the knee, let it go, or at the shin. Anywhere that works for you. Your back foot could be in warrior one alignment, your right foot toes out, or you could have brought all 10 toes to face the front of the mat. Whatever is more comfortable for you here. Just let go of the whole upper body. Let your head melt towards your left leg, nose towards your left knee. Another big breath. Bend into the left leg, plant your palms onto the floor, have your back foot pivot, find plank pose, please. Take 3 breaths in our plank pose. Press your heels to the back of the room, engage your core. Please make sure your wrists are directly under your shoulders. Don't let the head fall. Head is in line with your spine. Take another full breath. Drop the knees onto the floor slowly. Wide-legged child's pose. Separate the knees, mat width apart. Slowly, the toes come in towards each other. They don't have to touch. Let your hips fall towards the back of the room. Let your head relax either on your hands. You've made a fist out of your hands. Or let the forehead come down to the floor and rest. Allow your natural breath to find you here. Again, soften the shoulders. Feel yourself breathing and filling the entire back body with energy as you breathe. And feel yourself settling with every exhale. Perhaps feeling your body getting a little heavier into the mat every time you breathe out. Invite your body to just let go in this posture. Notice the quality of your breath now, and notice the quality of the thoughts in your mind. Are we creating space between those many thoughts? White space, as I call it, space for the present moment. Staying with our breath, staying with our sensations. Take another breath here. Slowly make your way to seated. As we prepare to come onto our backs. Find your seated position and slowly make your way onto your back. Hug the knees in one more time. As you bring your knees into your chest, stay with your breath. Breathe into the belly. As you exhale, exhale fully and completely and see if you can invite those knees to come a little closer to you. Listening to your body always. Take another big breath. Feel if the belly is coming up to meet the upper thighs. And exhaling fully and completely. At the end of your exhale, is there a little more room to pull the knees in towards your chest? Let's grab between the knees and grab onto the ankles. You could be holding your shins or your knees. Let the knees open up into what we call butterfly pose. Hold. Come back to feeling the breath entering the belly and feel the expansion and contraction once again. Feel your back body settling into the mat with every exhale. Good. Bring the hands down towards the floor. Bring the knees into tabletop. Knees right above your hips. Flex the feet. Engage your upper thighs so that the legs are strong here. On the inhale, keep your legs where they are. As you exhale, send both legs away from you. Straight, engage your core. Squeeze the belly button in towards the spine. Watch your lower back. Don't go too deep. If you feel your lower back, just bring the knees back in. Inhaling. As we exhale, we squeeze the navel in towards the spine and go as deep as you can, feeling your core working, not your lower back. And we do two more together. Inhaling, bringing the knees back. Exhaling, sending the legs away from you and feeling that fire in the core. One more time. Exhale, navel to spine. Extend the legs, flex those feet. Good. Bring your feet down towards the floor. If you'd like to end with happy baby, we'll bring the knees in and grab onto the big toes. You can also grab your ankles or your shins, and you just want to bring your knees in towards your armpits here. Big hip opener. So you can hold on to anything that's comfortable, from the big toe, the outer part of your foot, or your ankle, your shin, or your knee. Take a few moments and just let those knees settle in like they want to melt in towards your armpits. You can rock side to side if you would like. And then slowly, I'll encourage all of you to come to your most comfortable position, relaxation pose, Shavasana. If any of you have lower back issues, you can bring your knees to touch and the feet are mat width apart. I have someone that practices with me that keeps a folding chair not too far from her. And at the end of the practice, she puts her feet up on the folding chair just like this and relaxes that way. Do what's good for you. If you'd like to extend your legs all the way, let your palms face the sides. And for those of you that are new, we'll be spending a few minutes here So make yourselves as comfortable as you can be. Setting up for this posture is just as important as setting up for any other posture. Take a few moments in this final relaxation, and I will guide you out of this posture while I'll end the practice together. So take your time. When the body stops moving, for some people, the mind starts to wander. So just use any technique that will keep you in the present moment. We can come back to our breath. You can notice every breath in and out. You may wish to use a mantra. So every time you breathe in, say the word inhale or exhale as you breathe out. You may wish to count each breath. Each inhale and exhale being one, and keep counting your breath. You may wish to listen to a sound in the room where you are. Anything that is happening or that will keep you in the present moment. Take the next few moments in stillness. Feel what it feels like just to be in your body. Please remember to soften all the muscles around your face, your shoulders. If your arms are next to you by your side, let your palms face up. See how that feels, if that feels a little bit more open in the heart space. And again, let the shoulders relax, back body. The belly is soft. Your legs completely letting go. Find the position that is most comfortable for you. And we relax, this wave of relaxation that goes down the right leg and the left leg, all the way down to your toes. we remember there is nowhere to go and no reason to move, the sound of the chimes just indicates the beginning of the end of this posture. So we take a few moments to just bring our awareness back into our bodies. Bring our awareness back to that natural flow in and out of energy, of prana. The magic of the breath. The natural expansion and contraction in the body. And the power that we have with every inhale to fill ourselves with positivity, with energy, with hope, and the positive feeling and the positive attributes of letting go on the exhale, of softening, of allowing things to be. Each inhale and exhale of benefit to the body and the mind. I encourage you to do a little mental body scan and just notice if there is still tension hiding in a certain part of the body. Just observing once again, noticing, just the way we do when we first come to the mat. And if you still find tension in the body, use this wonderful tool that we have always at our disposal. Use your breath to take a full breath in and have your exhale invite that tension kindly to leave. Invite a letting go and a softness into the body. Bring gentle movements to the extremities so you can wiggle your fingers and your toes. And you can make circles with your wrists or your ankles. And I will invite all of you to roll towards the right side and spend a few moments in a fetal pose. So make a pillow out of your right arm and just lie on your right side. Bringing the knees in close to the chest and hugging yourself tight, bringing your chin closer to your chest as well. A posture of self-care, compassion, reminding ourselves that we take care of ourselves and our well-being, physical and mental, so that we can show up from a place of composure, balance, equanimity, and we can help others from that place. Take care of our families, our communities. Take this feeling of peace and composure off the mat with us. Whenever you're ready, use your left hand to help you come back to seated, and please move slowly as you make your way back to seated. Have your head come up last. When you do come back to seated, you're welcome to close your eyes again or keep your gaze towards the floor if that is more comfortable for you. Let's bring our palms to the heart. Press both hands in towards each other. Have your thumbs touch your heart. Let's take 3 conscious breaths together. So as we inhale, we'll press the active palms up towards the sky. We'll bring our gaze up if that's comfortable. As you exhale, palms go away from you and reach, gather all the energy that is around you. Bring it all the way back into the heart. Press your palms in towards each other. 2 more just like that. Inhaling. Exhaling, gathering. Bringing all that energy back into the heart. 1 more breath. Inhaling, reaching up high. And exhale, gather. Taking a moment of gratitude here if you so wish to practice before we close our practice together. Anything that you wish to be thankful for in this moment, even just the ability to move and to breathe. Anything else you wish to add to that list? As always, I thank each and every one of you for being here. I hold all of you in this virtual space with me. I see each and every one of you that I said hello to earlier in this virtual space together. So thank you for being here with me and bringing your energy to this space. Until we meet again, I hope that this practice serves to create space in your body, in your mind, light in your spirit. Until we see each other again, peace in our hearts, peace in our minds, above all, good health, and peace in the world. Namaste. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful, healthy, safe weekend.